Good morning everybody, hopefully you can hear me in this wind. As you can see, I've come down to the coast again. I'm at Shalston Pool and I'm just going to be walking back past Breakwater Beach into Brixham. As you can see, sun's up, we've got an easterly breeze, so I thought I'd come down and try a bit of seascape photography. So it might be a short video, just trying different things, different exposures, not just long exposures, but maybe half a second, just to see what effects I can get with the waves using this nice light. Okay, let's see what I can get. Well, with this first shot, as you can see, all I've done is cropped out the sky, and that's it. I've done nothing else with this. It's straight out of the camera, just to show you the colours. And then what I've done, I'll put a telephoto lens on, and this was at 85mm and half a second, just to give a bit of movement in those waves. And then still staying with the telephoto, this was a thousandth of a second, just to freeze this wave. And then back to a 1 second exposure in portrait mode at 70mm. And I've also taken the colour out of this. So then I was lucky enough to find these waves breaking into the air, and I was trying to shoot the breakwater through the wave. And as you can see, the water falling through the frame almost gives the photograph a texture, makes it look like it's been printed on some textured paper. So I made this square crop, and I think this is one of my favourite photographs from the day. So while I'm waiting for this shot to process, let me explain what I'm doing. I've already been to the pool and took some sort of faster exposures of a second, half a second, and I was even trying some thousandths of a second shots of the waves. Don't know if they're going to work, but what I'm doing now, I've got the camera set up with my 16mm lens on. I've got a 10-stop ND filter on. I'm at f11 and I've got a 30-second exposure which will smooth out all of the sea. So it's all about the shapes in these rocks. I'm focusing on the rocks in the foreground and hopefully get a dramatic shot with all these shapes leading your eye up towards the end of the breakwater there. So yeah. Just check the focus again and we'll give that another go. Well, at f11 there was enough depth of field to give me a half decent photograph. I could have focus stacked this and focused in on the rocks in the foreground and then focused in on the breakwater. If you look closely, the breakwater is slightly out of focus, but so far away it doesn't really matter. What I really liked was these zigzag lines in the foreground leading you up to the centre, and if you also see, that's mirrored in the water. Both these shots have got these zigzag lines leading up towards the end of the breakwater. This was the last one, made it black and white. Really nice. So sometimes I think we make photography more difficult than it has to be. So I've come up above the breakwater beach here to take a photograph of the breakwater. As you can see, classic shot, lots of people take it. But there's no room to put my tripod up without blocking the path, so let's just use the wall instead. Much more solid than the tripod. Again, 30-second exposure, 10-stop ND filter. Well, I was really pleased with the end result here, not using a tripod. Really pleased with the S-curve that leads you to the end of the breakwater there. So I took a couple of different shots, slightly different angles. And these last couple I've just made into black and whites. And with this last one, as you can see, I've cloned out some of the boats to give a less cluttered image. Well, I think that's about it for this morning. Thanks for joining me. Not sure if I've taken any good shots, but it's always worth coming out and trying something new. As you can tell by the traffic, it's getting busy, so as always, time to go home for breakfast. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel and give me a like. But for now, cheerio.